Gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. Turn off or silence all cell phones and other electronic devices and remove badges as photos will be taken during the ceremony. Thank you.
Sit down. They gonna wait till. Did you go to the dinner yesterday? His ass got His ass got or maybe it's
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin momentarily. Please find your seats and turn off or silence all cell phones and other electronic devices, and remove badges. Photos will be taken during the ceremony. Thank you.
I didn't think about this during rehearsals. Audio was fine when we had an empty room. Now that we got bodies sucking in sound, you have the ability to adjust the microphone volume. Just keep an ear on it.
Hold on, I'm gonna see what.
Yeah, just keep an ear on it. And if you think it needs adjustment, go ahead. Again, with the hot body absorbing sound.
Hopefully they can want it.
So you should get it right, but still, just the way sound travels and bounces. Which you couple guys,
I got it.
a little bit of that.
She done asked them to take your seat.
She tried.
My government phone over here, okay?
Make sure it's silent or off.
Yeah, I got you.
Please.
Because I don't want them to look back at me.
They're going to start ringing. They're going to look at
Trying
the
to my finger. Trying to be
She's right here, bro.
I need to set these down.
Yeah, just make sure it's on silent.
Yeah, it is. I need to set these down. So I don't want to leave them up front because you got to get them and get in place after the break, as the prayers happen.
I mean, if you move the box of ascot, you can probably sit it down there.
Who those have?
Sergeant, this is my water.
Don't forget, when you open the door, lick it.
Find it, lick it, give it to me, and then I'll walk. So it goes. Be careful, they didn't eat something.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The U.S. Army Materiel Command, or AMC, is the Army's premier sustainment and logistics command with a presence or impacts in all 50 states and more than 130 countries. AMC was activated on 1 August 1962, assuming most of the functions, people, and installations of the Army's former Ordnance, Signal, Quartermaster, Transportation, and Chemical Technical Services. The original headquarters was located at what is now Ronald Reagan National Airport. In early 1973, AMC headquarters moved to Alexandria, Virginia, then relocated from Alexandria to Fort Belvoir, Virginia in the fall of 2003. In 2005, the Base Realignment and Closure Commission announced that AMC would move its headquarters from Fort Belvoir to Redstone Arsenal, Alabama. A groundbreaking ceremony was held at Redstone Arsenal on 17 September 2008, and the headquarters was dedicated on 15 June 2011. Army Materiel Command has been a technology leader throughout its history, developing everything from rations and uniforms to body armor and advanced weapon systems. AMC's organic industrial base repairs, refurbish, and overhauls every type of equipment in the Army inventory. In addition, AMC executes the Army Foreign Military Sales Mission and is responsible for 1 out of every 6 contracting dollars in the Department of War. From the time it was activated, AMC has been a key player in every major U.S. military conflict, to include the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Vietnam War, Operation Desert Storm, and Operation Iraqi Freedom, to Operation Warp Speed during the COVID-19 pandemic. In the years following the terrorist attacks of 11 September 2001, AMC sustained our nation's warfighters on 2 fronts, in Iraq and Afghanistan, some of the most difficult logistics environments imaginable. Over the years, AMC has supported extensive humanitarian and peacekeeping activities around the world in Somalia, Haiti, Rwanda, Bosnia, Kosovo, Pakistan, Japan, and Chile. AMC was also there for the people of South Florida after the devastation of Hurricane Andrew in 1992 and for the victims of Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Throughout its history, AMC has rapidly adapted to sustain our men and women in uniform while researching and developing the equipment needed to confront future threats. From conflicts to contingency operations, AMC has always responded with bold, adaptive, and innovative efforts to equip and sustain our warfighters with a decisive edge. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joel Loving, and I'll be your narrator for today's ceremony. On behalf of the Commanding General, United States Army Materiel Command, welcome to today's change of responsibility and retirement ceremony. Today, Command Sergeant Major Jimmy J. Sellers will relinquish responsibility as the Army Materiel Command's Command Sergeant Major to Command Sergeant Major Jacinto Garza. Followed by a retirement ceremony where Command Sergeant Major Sellers will be honored for his 36 years of dedicated service to our nation. We would like to extend a warm welcome to a few special guests here today. Command Sergeant Major Sellers' wife, Ms. Shawnette. His daughters, Captain Sherelle Sellers and Chantel Howard, and her husband, Captain Aaron Howard. His sister and brother-in-law, Jennifer and Michael Osborne. his sister, Karan Sellers, and his family friend, Abe Murray. Command Sergeant Major Garza's mother and father, Maria and Ismail Garza. Family friend, Delia Giles. Apostle Dickie L. Adams and Miss Adams. Distinguished guests, Lieutenant General retired Willie Williams, Major General Gavin Lawrence, Deputy Commanding General, Army Materiel Command, Major General Kevin Meisler, Chief of Staff, Army Materiel Command, Major General Terry Grisham, Assistant Deputy Commanding General to Army Materiel Command for Army National Guard Affairs, Dr. Joe Fitzgerald, CASA Emeritus, Miss Chris McBride, former CASA, Miss Sandra McMillan from Senator Katie Britt's office, and all former AMC Command Sergeant Majors. To our distinguished guests, community leaders, general officers, members of the Senior Executive Service, service members active and retired, industry partners, and our great civilian workforce attending virtually or in person, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day to attend today's ceremony. The official party for today's ceremony consists of Lieutenant General Chris Mohan, Command Sergeant Major Jimmy Sellers, and Command Sergeant Major Jacinto Garza. Located to your front are the organizational colors representing the 10 major subordinate commands of Army Materiel Command. From left to right, they are Installation and Management Command, led by Lieutenant General James Smith and Command Sergeant Major Corey Perry. Army Aviation and Missile Command, led by Major General Lori Robinson and Command Sergeant Major Christopher Doss. Army Sustainment Command, led by Major General Eric Shirley and Command Sergeant Major Jason Guzman. Communications Electronics Command, led by Major General James Turinetti and Command Sergeant Major Jay High. Joint Munitions Command, led by Brigadier General Daniel Duncan and Command Sergeant Major Paul Ellis. Army Transportation Command, led by Major General Lance Curtis and Command Sergeant Major Randy Brown. Tank Automotive and Armament Command, led by Brigadier General Beth Bain and Command Sergeant Major Kofi Primus. United States Army Financial Management Command, led by Colonel Michelle Williams and Command Sergeant Major Joy Allen. The United States Army Security Assistance Command, led by Brigadier General Alan Pepper and Command Sergeant Major Michael Cordery. The ceremonial music is provided by the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault Army Band, led by Sergeant First Class Tiffany Woods. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the rendering of honors, the singing of the national anthem by Mr. Calvin Drake, and the invocation by Sergeant Major John Howe, Army Materiel Command's Command Chaplain Sergeant Major.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts
hearts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, of the brave.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we gather today in gratitude and reverence as we mark this moment of transition and honor the legacy of leadership within our Army family. We thank you for the steadfast service of Command Sergeant Major Sellers, whose wisdom, courage, and devotion to duty have left an indelible mark on our Army and the soldiers he has led. Father, we ask blessings upon Command Sergeant Major Sellers and his family during this time of transition. Bless their path as they look for you for the next mission. Father, we welcome Command Sergeant Major Garza into this sacred responsibility. We ask for your divine guidance and strength to lead with conviction, humility to serve with compassion, and vision to inspire excellence. May he carry forward the torch of leadership with honor and uphold the values that define our Army. Bless his family with strength and resilience as they all enter this new chapter. Bless this ceremony, the leaders present, and the soldiers who stand ready to follow. Watch over our families, sustain our unity, and protect those who serve both far and far. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Drake and Sergeant Major Howell. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, Sergeant First Class Mendez is presenting Command Sergeant Major Sellers' wife, Miss Shawnette Sellers, a bouquet of red roses. The red roses in full bloom symbolize our love and respect for her devotion and loyal support of the Army Materiel Command, soldiers, civilians, and their families. Now, Master Sergeant Newsom is presenting Command Sergeant Major Garza's mother, Miss Maria Garza, a bouquet of yellow rosebuds. The yellow symbolizes a bright future, and the rosebuds that will bloom symbolizes the friendship that will bloom and flourish with time and interaction with the soldiers, civilians, and families of the Army Materiel Command. The change of responsibility is a simple yet traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. The key to the ceremony is the passing of the colors. The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors on which it fights, for they are present not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its soldiers. The custodian of the colors is the Command Sergeant Major, who is the senior enlisted soldier in the unit and principal advisor to the commander. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the official party will take their position in front of the colors to conduct the change of responsibility. What you will witness momentarily is the passing of the colors from Command Sergeant Major Sellers to Lieutenant General Mohan, which signifies the relinquishment of his responsibilities and gratitude for the support, guidance, and the opportunity to serve this prestigious command. The passing of the colors from Lieutenant General Mohan to Command Sergeant Major Garza represents the trust and confidence in Command Sergeant Major Garza's leadership and commitment to care for the organization's colors and its people. Charge orders for Command Sergeant Major Jacinto Garza, Let it be known from this day forward that the Commanding General, United States Army Materiel Command, has placed special trust and confidence in your patriotism, dedication, integrity, and leadership abilities. Therefore, you are hereby appointed as the Command Sergeant Major, United States Army Materiel Command. The passing of the colors from Command Sergeant Major Garza to the Senior Enlisted Color Bearer symbolizes his first official act as the United States Army Materiel Command Sergeant Major. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General of the United States Army Materiel Command, Lieutenant General Chris Mohan.
That went smoother than I thought it was going to. I'm not known for my expertise at drill and ceremony, but I will tell you that with two command sergeant majors standing next to me, even a guy like me can get it right. And I think I actually got it right that time. So Jimmy J, thank you very much. Hey, so good morning, everybody. It is wonderful to see everybody here, and I just have a whole bunch of people to thank. But up front, you know, I love the fact that as a nation and as an organization, as America's Army, we start our ceremonies like this with two things. And the first one is Mr. Drake. Where are you, sir? Where'd he go? Thank you so much for that wonderful rendition of our national anthem. It was beautiful. And so let's give Mr. Drake a big round of applause. And the second thing, so the first one was the national anthem. The second thing is a prayer, because it reminds us of what we're really all about, and it reminds us where we're going and where we came from. And so, Sergeant Major Howell, thank you so much for that wonderful prayer. Let's give him a big round of applause. Okay, so I've got a whole list of people that are here, and I know that Jewel has already mentioned several of you, but I do feel compelled to run down the list of not only great leaders, but also great leaders and leaders of the United States Army, but also great leaders in our community. Miss Chris McBride, thank you very much. Former CASA Emeritus, Joe Fitzgerald. Look, we get great support from this community, and I look at the CASAs as just being instrumental in that process. So thank you for being here. We've got Mr. Chip Cherry. Chip, are you here? I saw him last night. And then Miss Michelle Epling from our Chamber of Commerce for the local community as well. It is again another testament. Our going down the list there, our soon-to-be official Lieutenant General, Gavin Lawrence. Gavin, thanks so much for being here. I know that you, like me, have just a ton of respect for both these leaders, and look forward to continuing to serve with Sergeant Major Garza. All of our major subordinate commanders that could be here are here, Jimmy, as well as their sergeants major, which is a testament again to your leadership and the impact that you have had on this organization. We've got our Chief of Staff, Kevin Meisler, here representing the staff members that you have guided, poked, and gotten through the fire as we worked. And I'm going to say this multiple times today, as we've worked through a whole bunch of hard-fought victories. We ended our days on Fridays, and he'd say to me, "Hey, another week of hard-fought victories." And so, but the staff has been instrumental in doing that. And I know we've got several former command sergeants major of AMC. I see Roger Mansker. I don't know if Sergeant Major Delgado was able to come in. I know some people got hung up at it's travel, it's travel. But we've got a whole bunch of people here. Of course, my lovely bride, Cindy, who is here to make sure that she critiques everything that I say and whacks me over the head. But for everybody, look, this is a monumentous occasion, and there's a lot of people that are here to see you, Jimmy, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes that work really, really hard to set this up. We've got the band from the 101st. We've got, of course, our OES team, and so for all the people that worked really hard to set this up, can we give them a round of applause, please? And for all of our guests. So let me start by saying that this is a bittersweet moment. And bitter because I told Jimmy this morning, I said, hey, good news for you. I keep, reminding myself this is not your wake because it's tough on a commander to lose his battle buddy, his right-hand man, who is somebody, and I hope, Jimmy, that I'm your right-hand man because we hold each other accountable, not only for things that the command does, but also personal accountability. And so it's tough. But the beauty of our system and the beauty of our Army is that we have a bench of leaders that we ensure, because the Army keeps rolling along. And so we're going to lose a great leader, but we're going to gain another great leader in Jay Garza. And I will have to tell you that all of everything that we do starts with families. And I always like to start with recognizing families because it's so important. The late General Retired Ray Odinero said, the strength of our Army is our soldiers, but the strength of our soldiers is our families. And so if you look around, you'll see, not only, Jimmy, your family, your core family, the core nucleus of your family, which is wonderful to see you all here, but also your broader Army family. And I know there's a bunch of you guys that are here from way out of town, all the way from up north there, Sergeant Major, to see and recognize you as we say goodbye to the 18th Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Materiel Command. Jimmy's been in position since January of 2023, and we've seen monumental change, not only within the command, but also our Army and our government. But a consistent presence has been our Army, and we're a force of great stability in times of change for our nation. And in the headquarters and in the command, a source of great stability and constant presence is the Command Sergeant Major. But then in Jimmy's family, the great source of strength and whacking him over the head has been his wife, Shawnette. And so Shawnette has been a constant source of strength and support for Jimmy, standing by his side for 33 years, which, look, in today's society, 33 years, that is quite a remarkable accomplishment. And so let's give this family and that 33 years a special round of applause. 12 PCS moves, 37 months of deployments, challenges, and for the kids, I bet I could ask you how many schools that you attended growing up, and it would be double digits, and partly or probably even more than double digits. I know for my kids, it's like that. But the rock of this family has always been Shawnette. And she's not only been the rock of the family, but she also served as a soldier for life and have so she was a soldier, and this is where they met. And so, but then when she decided that she was going to leave active duty, she continued her career. But her source of the best strength and I think your life's calling has been this wonderful family that you guys have raised. So after her military career, she has been working for the past 22 years as a quality assurance, coding, and documentation analyst And so here's the secret. She gets to work from home. And I will tell you, you got some challenges coming up. Because that whole working from home and that quiet life is getting ready to get upended. And so we were joking up there upstairs that she's got a list of, it's you guys, that she's going to farm him out to as on speed dial, that she's going to farm him out to as he gets ready for his retirement. They started their relationship like many people at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and for 33 years, she has not only been a mom, a professional, but also given back to the Army in every step of the way. Leading Army family readiness groups from every level, from company to Army command, volunteering hundreds, if not thousands of hours in support of Army military family or military families worldwide. She is the recipient of the prestigious Dr. Mary E. Walker Award, recognizing her exceptional volunteer efforts and steadfast commitment to soldiers and their families. Shawnette, your contributions have been invaluable. And as Cindy said last night, hey, look, she's got like a Google page of her accomplishments. And so we thank you for your support to Jimmy and our Army. So let's give Shawnette a big round of applause. But I will tell you that if you ask Shawnette and Jimmy, their proudest achievements, their proudest accomplishments is sitting to their right. And so when Jimmy and I sit down and talk, we talk about families quite a bit. And we talk about our kids, and we talk, all right, steady. If you start, I'll start. And we talk about our grandkids. So let me introduce their daughters formally. Chantel Howard. Chantel, it's wonderful that you're here. Chantel is a nurse at Fort Belvoir, and her husband, Aaron, Captain Promotable as of yesterday. That's right. That's right. He's an air defense artillery officer, AKA a duck hunter, but I'm sure that you have benefited greatly from the guidance and mentorship from a fantastic Command Sergeant Major. And their two children, Titan and Orion, are here as well. And I know that you look forward to spending more time with Pops as you move forward. Now, he's got another daughter serving in uniform, Sherelle Sellers, captain, one each. And she is I call her a clinical psychologist, but she's a social worker with the 101st Sustainment Brigade at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And she's here along with her children, Ariel and Aiden. And just what a wonderful family, and you are truly blessed. And so let's please give these children and their grandchildren a big round of applause. Okay, so Sister Karen and his other sister Jennifer are also here, traveled from Georgia. Mother-in-law Jackie, brother and sister. I heard it. What was that, Jimmy? Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Is there like a football game coming up this Saturday? I just want to know, are you guys going to clear the state line before the game? Those people probably going to be asking. But brother and sister-in-law, retired CW4 Andre and Veronica Stewart are here as well. And so, one of the things that is clearly evident to me as we sat through last night, got a chance to meet the family, is that this is a family of service. If you notice the occupations that people that I've just talked about, it's a family of service. And so I have this theory that those that serve, and they serve no matter where they're planted. And as a nation, we benefit greatly from ordinary Americans, extraordinary Americans who get up every day and they go serve their fellow man. And so I would just say that it is my honor to stand here in front of you and say thank you for your service to the entire Sellers family. So let's give them a big round of applause. So now let's talk about a dedicated patriot, and that is my friend, Command Sergeant Major Jimmy Sellers. Now, Jimmy didn't get here just by accident. It was baked into his DNA and maybe hammered into his head by his father, but or maybe it was your mom. James and Naomi Sellers instilled in him the values of duty, integrity, and service very, very early on in his life. So Jimmy joined the Army in 1990, inspired by the Be All You Can Be commercial, and we got to see that throwback last night. The younger folks in the audience, they were like, I have no idea what that is. But all of us more experienced soldiers, as I will have to say, we were humming along, if not singing along. And the only thing that was missing from that was, "Morning, First Sergeant." Yeah, you all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So over the course of 36 years, Jimmy has held numerous leadership positions, from drill sergeant, commandant of the Sergeant's Major Academy, and finally the Command Sergeant Major of the Army Materiel Command. And let me just run through just a few of his highlights. Hey, look, Jimmy, how many years of service did you have when you got picked up for Sergeant Major?
15, sir.
Yeah. So he's been a Sergeant Major for over 20 years. A Sergeant Major for over 20 years, which is staggering when you think about the impact that you've had. He's also was the very first non-combat arms NCO to serve as the commandant of the U.S. Army Sergeant's Major Academy. And through his efforts, the Academy became the Army's first enlisted degree producing institution, awarding over 2,000 bachelor degrees to our well-deserving and hard-working Sergeants Major. He developed the Master Leaders course, filling a critical gap in senior NCO education at the Sergeant First Class level. And here at the Army Materiel Command, he spearheaded initiatives like our Paraline app, which has fundamentally changed. I talked a little bit about it last night. Fundamentally changed the way we do just minor things as property accountability, like literally impacting every company commander and every sergeant in the supply room for many, many years into the future. Jimmy did that. He led that along with our Sergeants Major. He led the charge on R2MO, or the Rapid Reduction and Modernization of Organizational Clothing and Equipment, which is modernized equipment for thousands of our soldiers across the Army, something we've been chasing for quite a while, brought it into reality. And oh, by the way, working with our partners in Tank, Armas, and Automotive Command, developed a data application that goes along with it. So it's the full Monty. He developed and if you ask him what is his proudest achievement in uniform, he'll probably say this one: the multifunctional logistics NCO personal development skill level, or skill identifier, which has been a catalyst for leader development and talent management across the Army. Again, establishing that legacy that will survive you far, far away, Jimmy. But I will tell you that it's not only in this building that your impact has been felt. It's all across the Army and recognized by our very, very senior leaders. So the chief sent me a note yesterday and said, hey, please tell Jimmy this, and I'm talking to the chief, like the Chief of Staff of the Army. And he said, pass this message to Jimmy. Jimmy, thanks for your many, many years of phenomenal service to our Army and our nation. You've been a problem solver, an unflappable leader, and a genuinely selfless teammate as our AMC Command Sergeant Major. Well done. We're all going to miss having you in our formation. Patty and I wish you and Shawnette the very best in your next adventure. P.S. I know that you'll have a stock beer fridge, so please send me the grid to your new retirement hooch. He might have even heard that you got a 98-inch TV. I keep mentioning it because I might be a little jealous, but that's okay. But to me, when I think about Jimmy Sellers, the things that come to mind are not the fact that he's a phenomenal soldier, but it's really about the character of the individual and the fact that he's my friend. And so I call it the T's, right? When I see his face: integrity. You can only give it away. Nobody can ever take it from you. Honesty, speaking truth to power in every single engagement. And then humility. Last night, he was so uncomfortable. Sweat was beading up and running down his head because we were talking about Jimmy and honoring him. And that is because he's a humble leader. And I have never been to a farewell ceremony where he gives away, where the person who's being farewell gives away an award. And so, but that is a mark of just a wonderful human being. And Jimmy, so you have made a tremendous difference in the lives of countless soldiers, civilians, family members, kids, grandkids. And so I just want to say God bless you, and God bless your family. Now he's going to ease on off into transition world, and going to ease on off to his new mansion in Athens, and so he's not going far. And so here's what I promise you, is that there's a certain amount of time that he's going to be allowed to stay in the house. And so Shawnette, once you get done running through all the family, send him back to us, because we'll have some stuff for him to do. And so Jimmy, on behalf of the Army Materiel Command and a grateful nation, we thank you for your service and wish you happiness and success in your retirement. And so let's give Jimmy a big round of applause. So that was the bitter part, and we did all right making our way through that one, Jimmy. But here's the sweet part. Look, next man up. The Army keeps rolling along, and we get to welcome another outstanding AMC Command Sergeant Major, the 19th AMC Command Sergeant Major, and Sergeant Major Jay Garza. Jay Garza is a native of Jasper, Texas, and he served in the Army for nearly 30 years. His career has been marked by excellence, with key assignments including the Command Sergeant Major of the 4th Infantry Division Sustainment Brigade, the 8th Theater Sustainment Command, and as a logistician or a sustainer, he was selected to be the Command Sergeant Major of U.S. Army Central, which is not normal. Not normal. Jave's he has done all the Command Sergeant Major's positions. He has had key positions in the Army staff, serving in the ASALT, serving in T2COM, which is a fledgling organization. But beyond all his personal achievements, Command Sergeant Major Garza is a man of family and faith, and he credits his grandmother for providing a biblical foundation, and his parents, who are here with him today, Ismail and Maria, for instilling a strong work ethic and family values. They are also joined by a very, very close friend, Dio Giles, who's a family friend. And then joining us virtually is his 3 daughters, Alexis, Isabella, and Avery. So Sergeant Major Garza and family, welcome to the AMC family. Let's give them a big round of applause. We look forward to your leadership and the impact that you will make on our soldiers and the mission. So as we reflect on today's ceremony, we were reminded of the importance of leadership, service, and the enduring impact of the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps. And for those of us that have served around the world, and I've served with many other armies, the thing that they all want that they can't figure out how to get is our NCO Corps. It's the envy of the world when it comes to armed conflict. And so, Sergeant Major Sellers, thank you for your extraordinary contributions to the AMC and the Army. You lead behind a standard of excellence that will inspire generations to come. Command Sergeant Major Garza, we are confident in your ability to lead and sustain the NCO Corps' tradition of excellence. And you and we will have many, many weeks of hard-fought victories ahead of us. And to everyone today, here today, thank you for your support to your Army Materiel Command, and thank you for attending this special occasion. This will be all you can be. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Materiel Command, Command Sergeant Major Jacinto Garza.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And I'll start off the same way that the CG started off. I just want to welcome a couple of individuals. General Lawrence, thank you for being here. General officers, the Command Sergeant Major, Sergeants Majors, And we got several SCSs that are here. Thank you for coming. Senior AMC leaders, distinguished guests. We got individuals that are online watching. Thank you for making time to share this moment with us. Cliff Burgoyne is here. Holy smokes. I see you, and good to have you here, Cliff. General Mohan, thank you for the kind words and the trust and confidence that you've placed in me to serve as the AMC Command Sergeant Major. This is an extraordinary organization. I've heard the chief multiple times be very happy about what AMC has done over the last couple of years. It's truly an honor to join this exceptional team and to contribute to AMC's critical mission of supporting our soldiers, their families, and really the sustainment enterprise as a whole. And before I go any further, let me just stop and take a moment to recognize Command Sergeant Major Sellers and his distinguished 36-plus year career and what he's done for the NCO Corps. Now, Jimmy, your leadership has strengthened our non-commissioned officer corps. It has advanced the sustainment enterprise in ways that will benefit the soldiers, not only today, but far into the future. So I really appreciate you and Shawnette, and as y'all transition into retirement, I'm sure I'll be calling you, so answer the phone. I'll need your help. And you heard General Mohan, those are big, big shoes, boots to fill. And so I'm honored to come behind you. It's hard to come behind a Jimmy Sellers. It's hard to come behind a Jimmy Sellers, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to run with it. Now, I know that the incoming usually has a minimal amount of minutes. In fact, they told me 3 to 5 minutes to talk. And I'm going to take 4 minutes, because there's some individuals in here that I definitely have to recognize. And they're not wanting to be recognized. They're not asking to be recognized. But they've come here to be with us, to share in this moment. And I definitely would not be here today without those individuals. So I'm going to start off with my mom and dad. My mom and dad have no idea what I do in the Army. They know that I'm a soldier in the United States Army, and I kind of like it that way. Mom, thank you for everything that you've done. Everything that you've done. There's been a lot of hard times. Well, we've done it. And then Ishmael, the example that you've provided for me and my sisters, I couldn't ask for anyone better. We have Delia Giles in the house. She's a close friend of the family. And let me tell you, she is a prayer warrior. She probably prayed this into existence. So Delia, thank you. You're probably the best human that I've ever met. I got the Apostle Dickie L. Adams and his spouse that are here, and Dickie and I have been together for 20 plus years. In fact, we served in Iraq 2003. There was a word that was given then. We've watched several words come to fruition. And I'm glad, Dickie, that you're here to experience this, to share this moment with me. So thank you. I've got, I believe Jack Nichols is here. Jack, are you here? Jack, thank you for always being here. Good battle buddy. I appreciate you showing up. And then we got the Whitsons. I think the Whitsons are here. The Whitsons here? Trina and Kurt. That's a class family right there. Thank you for what you've done for the last 15 years for me. Thank you for being here. Lisa Pate Edwards is here. She's a 32-year vet, MP, hard as nails. She is a prayer warrior as well. So thanks, Lisa, for being here. Mark Eckert is here. Jimmy Barraza is here. We got former AMC Command Sergeant Majors that are here. I got Keith Godalin and Nora Garono are here from my Mistiki days, USFI days. He was the J4, she was the deputy J4. I watched them operate, learned so much from them. Appreciate y'all's attendance. I've got Dominic and Aaliyah Clegg. I mean, these guys have gone out into the industry and made a lot of money. He's a former drill sergeant that worked with me. We really worked together. I was his first sergeant. And then I just made him a first sergeant. I said, just be the first sergeant. You're that good. Tim Perko is here. Jordan Cagle is here. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for showing up. And then I got a couple Lieutenant Colonels, Pat Wakefield and Lindsay Elder are here. I saw them somewhere. I appreciate your support. You've always supported me. And last, but really first, I want to thank the big ranger in the sky. God Almighty, because he's always been faithful, even when I wasn't. So as I step into this role, I'm humbled by the opportunity to serve alongside the soldiers, civilians, and families of AMC. This command plays a vital role in ensuring readiness for our Army, and I am committed to building upon the incredible work that has been done thus far in support of our warfighters. AMC's mission is critical to the Army's success, and the Army's will be successful if AMC continues to keep the main thing the main thing. And what do I mean by the main thing? Look beyond the ACOMs, look beyond the ASCCs, look beyond the corps, look beyond the divisions, brigades, battalions, down to the companies, down to the soldier that is somewhere in the world, manning a post with his rifle and his kit, defending not only his unit, his organization, the Army, our national interest. We owe it to that soldier to make sure that he receives the best technology, the best piece of equipment that money can buy. We never want it to be fair. We always want the advantage. And if we do that, the Army will be successful. So to the soldiers, civilians, and families of AMC, I look forward to serving alongside you and working together to uphold the traditions of the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps. Together, we will continue to deliver excellence and ensure that AMC remains ready to meet the challenges of today and the challenges into the future. Thank you all for your support. Thanks for the warm welcome. Thanks to the band. Thanks to the protocol team. Thanks to everyone that's responsible for putting this ceremony together. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time. And thanks to the front office staff for making a very seamless transition between me and Sergeant Major Sellers. This will defend. Be all you can be, strong sergeants.
Thank you, Command Sergeant Major Garza. Command Sergeant Major Sellers, please join Lieutenant General Mohan in front of the colors for presentations and your retirement. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated during the presentations. Attention to orders. The President of the United States of America, authorized by the Act of Congress, July 9, 1918, has awarded the Distinguished Service Medal to Command Sergeant Major Jimmy J. Sellers for his exceptionally meritorious service to the government in duties of great responsibility over a 36-year career, culminating as the Command Sergeant Major, United States Army Materiel Command. Command Sergeant Major Sellers' devotion, leadership, integrity, and competence have made an immeasurable contribution to the Army Materiel Command, the sustainment enterprise, and the United States Army. The impact of his actions will be infused within the Army Materiel Command and across the Army for years to come. His exceptional expertise as a logistician combined his extensive operational experience and genuine care, concern, and respect for his military and civilian workforce has a unique and profound impact on the programs, organizations, and individuals he had the responsibility for within the command. Command Sergeant Major Sellers' achievements, dedication, and exemplary performance of duty are in keeping with the highest traditions of service and reflect great credit upon him, the United States Army Materiel Command, and the United States Army. Signed, Dan Driscoll, Secretary of the Army, and Randy A. George, General, Chief of Staff of the United States Army. The General Brehan B. Somerville Medal of Excellence honors outstanding individuals who excel in the area of multifunctional support. General Somerville's accomplishments as the Army Chief Logistician during World War II were marked by a consistent ability to get things done. Drawing upon the managerial skills that he had developed before the war, surrounding himself with skilled subordinates, infusing his organization with his own driving personality, and recognizing that logistics was a major key to victory. He spared no effort to ensure that the American soldier had everything he needed to win the war. The General Brehan B. Somerville Medal of Excellence recognizes excellence that falls outside of the auspices of any individual branch expertise. The recipient of the medal has distinguished himself as a true multifunctional logistician. Be it known by all ye logisticians who may be honored by this individual's presence that the Sergeant Major Jimmy J. Sellers, having distinguished himself as a sustainer of the force, is therefore awarded the General Brehan B. Somerville Medal of Excellence, given under my hand this 5th day of November 2025. Signed, Michelle K. Donahue, Major General, United States Army, commanding. On the behalf of the 60th Quartermaster Commandant, Kevin Agnes and the 16th Regimental Quartermaster School, Command Sergeant Major Tanya Sims, Lieutenant General Mohan will now present Command Sergeant Major Jimmy J. Sellers with a Hall of Fame medallion, lapel pin, and a certificate of induction which reads, "To all who shall see these presents, greetings. Know ye that by virtue of exceptional service and the confirmed contributions to the tradition of excellence and esprit de corps of the Quartermaster Corps, the named individual is inducted as a Hall of Fame member of the Quartermaster Corps in testimony thereof this 17th day of June, 2025. The retirement certificate is presented and reads, "To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Command Sergeant Major Jimmy J. Sellers, having served faithfully and honorably, is retired from the United States Army on the 1st day of September, 2026. Signed, Randy A. George, General, Chief of Staff of the United States Army."
Take one.
A certificate of appreciation is being presented to Command Sergeant Major Sellers and reads, "I extend my personal thanks and the sincere appreciation of our grateful nation for your contribution of honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain security of the nation during a critical time in its history with a devotion to duty and a spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud traditions of military service. Your commitment and dedication have been an inspiration for all those who follow in your footsteps, and for all Americans who join me today in saluting you for a job extremely well done. My best wishes to you for happiness and success in the future." Signed, Barack H. Obama, former Commander-in-Chief. Command Sergeant Major Sellers is also receiving the Army Retirement Pin, a United States flag in recognition of his 36 years of devoted service in defense of our nation, and personal congratulatory star notes and letters from the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, United States Army Chief of Staff, General Randy A. George, Sergeant Major of the Army, Sergeant Major Michael R. Weimer, former President Barack Obama, Lieutenant General Mohan, AMC Commanding General, Major General Gavin Lawrence, Deputy Commanding General, Army Materiel Command, Brigadier General Gail Atkins, Deputy G3 Army Materiel Command, and Alabama Congressman Dale W. Strong. Ms. Sellers, please join your husband up front. The Meritorious Public Service Medal is being presented to Ms. Shanette Sellers and reads, For more than 30 years of outstanding public service while supporting soldiers, civilians, and their families during her spouse's career. Ms. Sellers' leadership, compassion, and determination to address the many and complex issues faced by soldiers and their families, and to create and grow resilient family readiness groups to provide support have resulted in improved unit cohesion and enhanced quality of life at every duty station to which they were assigned. Ms. Sellers' dedication and spirit of volunteerism are in keeping with the highest traditions of selfless service and reflect great credit upon herself, the United States Army Materiel Command, and the Department of the Army. Signed, Christopher O. Mohan, Commanding General, United States Army Materiel Command. Ms. Sellers will also be receiving a certificate of appreciation which reads, "To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify Ms. Shanette D. Sellers, on the occasion of the retirement of your spouse from the United States Army, has earned grateful appreciation for your own unselfish, faithful, and devoted service. Your unfailing support and understanding helped to make possible your spouse's lasting contribution to the nation." Signed, Randy A. George, General, Chief of Staff of the United States Army. Chantel and Sherelle, please join your dad up front. Chantel and Sherelle are receiving BRAT certificates, which read, "This is to certify that Sherelle and Chantel have been welcomed into the military family and are hereby authorized to be known as the historic, traditional, and honorable title of Army